Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Minecraft Java Edition, where today we're going to be beta testing the new Minecraft combat test features that were released a couple of weeks ago. So basically this update is going to change combat once again. So if you don't remember, combat was changed in the Minecraft 1.9 update, and that was only for Java Edition. But supposedly, all of these changes that are in the Snapshot 7C and higher will eventually be added to the Bedrock editions as well. So let's go ahead and get started with some of the major changes that you may already notice as I'm walking around in the screen here. So the first thing that they have added is that they returned the attack indicators. So normally you would only have your attack indicator at the bottom of your crosshair, but now you can also have it at your hotbar. So as you can see, if you look towards my 9th slot of my hotbar where my beef is, as you can see, there's like a little indicator that appears if it is a fully charged hit. So if it's a fully charged hit, it'll show the sword icon, but if it's not a fully charged hit, as you can see, it will not show the charged icon because it is not a fully charged hit. So if I just keep spamming here, as you can see, it will not appear. And also the other option, you can change in video settings, attack indicator, crosshair, and it'll go back to normal. So you'll see the little charge up that says that your sword is now back to being fully charged. So that is the first new change that they made. The second new change is that they returned the 200% time attacks, and they call them charged attacks, and the +1 reach bonus. So basically what this means is you want to choose to charge your sword. Basically, it just makes it better for you. So if you don't charge your sword, then you will have a less likely chance of actually getting good hits. So let's go ahead and demonstrate this with the zombie over here. So as you can see, if we charge our hits, we are going to do more damage, and we can reach them from a farther distance. So as you can see there, I just hit them from far away, but if we were to just spam hit, as you can see, it does no damage at all. So you could still spam hit, but it's barely going to do damage. So let's try on a regular zombie here. So as you can see, we can spam hit, but you have to do it at like a certain angle and a certain position. Otherwise, it just won't attack at all. So let's demonstrate that again. As you can see, we can still spam hit. Like I didn't let go of my mouse when I was doing this, but sometimes it may not always work. So let's show the example. So let's say we were to try to do this, but we were to go back to it. It might not always function. So let's try with a couple of skeletons over here and a couple of zombies as well. So let's try spam hitting. So as you can see, it doesn't always spam hit. It doesn't always spam hit. So the spam hitting might not always be a good option, especially when you have multiple mobs coming after you. We can demonstrate it again one more time. As you can see, we have a couple of mobs coming after us, but it might not always be the best option, especially when you have multiple mobs coming after you, because they'll have to be closer to you. But if you're actually charging up your attacks, then you will be able to hit them from a farther distance. So let's back up over here. As you can see, I can hit them from farther away, and they can't get to me because I'm charging my hits. But if we were to do this again, they have to get slightly closer to us. It's more if there's like a bunch of mobs coming after you, where you wanna actually try to charge up your hits. But if it's just one of them, you can obviously just spam click. Now obviously I can't really demonstrate with another player because I don't have the server database set up yet, but we can just continue demonstrating with a bunch of mobs over here that, as you can see, I have to get closer to them if I want to spam hit. So I have to actually get up close, because as you noticed, I was hitting from all the way over here and I can't hit them. But if I were to hit from all the way over here, as you can see, I can do that. And then if I do this, I can hit. I have to get close. So you have to get closer if you basically want to spam. So that's how you would spam. Anyways, let's move on to the next one. Return sweeping to only work for charge attacks and when having the sweeping enchantment. So basically, if you don't know what Sweeping Edge is, basically Sweeping Edge allows you to hit multiple mobs at the same time. So let's go ahead and give ourselves that enchantment really quickly. Sweeping Edge. There we go. We can plop down an anvil over here and put Sweeping Edge on this sword. Really quickly. Sweeping Edge. There we go. So now, if we were to hit a ton of zombies at once, as you can see, we can do this. We can hit like 3 of them at the same time, but if we were spam hitting with Sweeping Edge, as you can see, the attack doesn't work on all of them. You have to actually hit multiple of them at once. So the Sweeping Edge doesn't work. It only works if it's a fully charged hit. So another reason to make your hits charged. So basically, what I'm noticing from this combat update is that you still have the option to spam. It's just you want to try not to as often as you can, because there's some drawbacks, but it doesn't make it like completely impossible, because obviously you can still kill things by spamming. Like, it's not like completely impossible. It's not like the preferred way, as you can say. So yeah, it might not work for every single person, but yeah, let's just demonstrate that again. As you can see, 3 zombies. If we get them close enough to each other, I can do that. But if I just spam hit with a ton of them at the same area, as you can see, the Sweeping Edge doesn't work. So Sweeping Edge only works if it's a fully charged hit. Return base reach to 2.5 blocks. I'm not sure what the best way of demonstrating this is, but if we're standing here, I'm going to do 1, 2, and about halfway there. As you can see, we can hit it from about there. So I'm not sure what the best way of doing this is. We can do 1, 2, about 2.5, and we can still hit, but if it's all the way over there, we can't hit it. So 2.5 base damage. Next up, remove the bow inaccuracy for holding too long. So now, if you were to hold your bow for a long period of time, you'll still be able to make your hit. So let's go grab a couple of arrows here and show this off. So we're just gonna like hold our bow really quickly for a long period of time. Try to aim at that skeleton. As you can see, the shot still hits. So we're gonna try this again. It's gonna move. It's gonna move. As you can see, the bow shaking, and there we go. So as you can see, we still got the hit, even though we were holding the bow for like 5 minutes. Remove the eating interruption for getting hit. I believe this was actually fixed in 8B, because currently right now I'm reading the changelog for 7C here. So if we head into survival mode and we get hit by the zombie, as you can see, we can still eat as we can't eat as we're getting hit. So yeah, so the eating interruption thing was returned in the 8B combat. Before in 7C you could still eat, but now you can no longer do that in the latest 8C. But if you're playing on 7C, then it would do that. So that was one of the new changes between 7C and 8B, is that you cannot eat food while you're being attacked. So you actually have to. So it makes golden apples a little less OP. So because it won't actually work if you're being attacked by the player. So it'll actually make it possible to kill people now with golden apples. So yeah, those are basically the main changes that have been added so far. I could just go read off the features that have been adjusted in 7C. Missed attacks are still fast, but they don't count as charged. Because of how the programming code is laid out, it meant that you had to change how the auto attack penalty is applied. Instead of being 20% slower, they add a hard-coded single tick to the attack rate. Example, after you miss, you can optimally attack again after 4 ticks or after 5 ticks when holding the attack. Shields now add a 50% knockback resistance when active, and shields are now always instant, and shields protect against 100% explosion damage. So I can probably demonstrate that. Let's go ahead and give ourselves some TNT, and we'll give ourselves some flint and steel, and we'll go into survival mode here, place down a TNT, light it off, and now if we were to hold our shield down, as you can see, it didn't actually work with the shields protecting 100% against explosion damage. So I guess maybe they're still working on that. Creepers it works though, so maybe that's what it was referring to, is creepers. I probably shouldn't have tried TNT, but let's just try that again. Let's just summon actually a bunch of creepers real quick. So creeper, this is the learning experience for everyone. So if we make a mistake, then we're bound to make mistakes. So let's just spawn in a couple of creepers over there. Go into survival mode. As you can see, none of the explosions will do damage to us at all. It depends on, I guess, your angling. If you don't angle it good enough, it'll still do damage. But if you aim exactly at where the explosion's happening, then you won't take any damage. So just depends on your aim. They should have been more specific about that, because it doesn't like 100% do it, but it's based on your aim. You won't get the reach bonus when you are crouching. So demonstrate this here. For crouching, you still have to go up and hit it, and it still explodes. So yeah, basically don't crouch if you want to be able to hit them from a farther distance. That's basically about it in 7C. Now we can go ahead and take a look at 8B, which was a couple of changes. Oh yeah, also potions now stack up to 16. That is another change, and in 8B, now you can actually drink them faster. So as you can see, I can drink them really fast, and strength. There we go, we just keep drinking it, and it'll basically drink up in no time. So your potions will now drink faster, which is a cool thing, and you don't have to wait like 5 million years for your potions to drink. This also goes for milk and any other consumable foods, such as stews. So we can go grab ourselves some mushroom stews here, head into survival mode. As you can see, it's still pretty fast. So yeah, that's another thing that they added into 8B, which is pretty cool. The potion stacking up till 16 was already in 7C. So features that have made a return in 8B are return eating interruption for getting hit, as you just saw earlier. Return bow fatigue for holding the bow pulled, but it doesn't start until 3 seconds. Bow fatigue will also cancel out critical arrows. So basically, yeah, that was just already demonstrated, because the bow fatigue will start shaking and stuff. But if you actually aim, you should still be able to make your targets if you hit a long time. So balance changes. Weapon enchantments are now included in the base damage when calculating crits and potion effects. So basically, again, when you hover over it, you can see 9 attack damage, 3 attack speed, 3 attack reach, and it looks like they actually lowered the enchantment of sharpness 5, because I think it used to be 10 attack damage, but now it's 9. Strength 1/2 now adds 20% plus 40%, so basically increase the rate of strength. So I guess we can try that out here on creepers. So creeper's probably not the best, but yeah, we can do that. And as you can see, we just hit it twice, and it did not go off. Instantaneous effects on tipped arrows are now scaled by 1.8, so they won't actually do as much damage and be as OP as they were before, because as we all know in PvP, tipped arrows are one of the most deadly things in PvP, even though they are barely used in many games. So that's another thing. Healing potions now heal 6 points per level was 4. Cleaving now adds +2, +3, +4, so basically made cleaving slightly more damage. Liquid foods can be consumed faster. You just saw me consume the milk and potions and stuff. And potions can now be drunk faster as well. So basically anything that can be drunk is slightly faster. So that's basically about it. Thanks for tuning in. Apologies if the video was a little bit confusing, but it's a test. So we gotta test new features, see what they are, and what it's all about. So I think I'm gonna like this combat actually, because I feel like the 1.9 combat was just too slow. But now you can actually like do damage even if you feel like spamming a little bit. You don't even have to spam too much either. So yeah, don't forget to like if you liked. Check out the playlist if there are future episodes on this, which I think there's probably only going to be one video for now. And yeah, catch you guys all in the next one.